The Holy Prophet ﷺ has only prophesied about the coming of Messiah.
It's up to the
promised
person
Messiah,
who
alayhi
comes
salatu
to
It is but the fundamental principle of Hazrat Mirza Ghulam Ahmad alayhi salam
Yes.
is that when there is a need for prophethood, then
Yes.
Allah will appoint a prophet
Yes.
as is needed, and He has made mention that there may be messengers in the
And it's up
future,
to the
but it is
person
up
to
to
prove.
them to
Actually,
demonstrate.
this is a very
in
important
Quran.
point. This is a very important
And now comes the actual part when the conflict started. Okay, let's watch.
point I should mention regarding the prophets after Messiah Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam. Actually, the Holy Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam only prophesied Messiah Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam, and also prophesied the coming of the second Khilafah, which means
By wait here. So I really want people to please pay attention right now. Please listen very carefully. It is the official platform of the Jamaat, number one, True Islam UK. And number two, Ibrahim Ikhlaf, the one who is sitting there, he's in charge of the outreach something. He's like the big guy of their team. Okay. So all the officials are sitting there. So this discussion is very crucial. And Abu Daka is also one of the officials of the Jamaat, not just a common guy in the street. Okay. So Abu Daka so far said two things. Number one, he said that Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam has only prophesied Messiah, which Mirza Ghulam Ahmad claimed to be. And then he said, and then Prophet has prophesied Khilafah. Even though, take a pause here, Abu Daka from Islamic point of view, Abu Daka is just completely ignorant. He was referring to the hadith in which different phases of the history are mentioned. In those phases, the last one is Khilafatu Minhajun Nabu'at, Khilafah on the methodology of the prophethood. And before that, there's no such thing as Messiah. There's no such thing as Messiah. Because right now, Abu Daka tried to give this impression that first Messiah and then Khilafah. Show us where is it. Please pay attention. Abu Daka is giving an impression, which is the official stance of the Jamaat, by the way, that first we have, towards the end time, okay, we have Messiah, his period, and after Messiah, Khilafah. La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. He was lying. Abu Daka, you are listening. Okay, please send this sound bite to Abu Daka. Just having this round thing on the head does not make you a scholar. Okay, number one. And number two is this. Now, according to us, Abu Daka and all of them are liars. But now we are going to tell you what's happening between them now. Okay, now Abu Daka is telling us that after Messiah there is Khilafah. And now please watch carefully. Abu Daka will make it very clear. Now this Khilafah is going to be forever. And obviously Abu Daka will make you very clear right now. You can please keep watching this one. He will say that it cannot be both in one time, Khilafah and the Prophet. And he will make you very clear the Khilafah is going to remain. Basically because he is an employee of the Khalifa. Don't forget this one. He wants to make sure that his employer is going to be for the rest of the period. Okay, now please watch. Ji Ahmad Bhai.
Theoretically, the prophets actually cannot, or the prophethood must be continued, but practically actually cannot be continued because there is another thing, another prophecy which is linked to this, which means the continuity.
Tahir just immediately is startled. just watch their reaction.
Another prophecy which is linked to this, which means the continuity of Khilafah. The Khilafah, as the Khilafah had established, there will be no prophet with the Khalifa. And we
Wait
have...
a second. Wait. Now, I want people to know two things. As Ahmad Bhai pointed already, as soon as Abu Dhaka went on this track, that there are two things. One is that this after the Messiah, there will be Khilafah. And second thing he mentioned, he said that theoretically, a prophet can come. But practically, there will be no prophet. Why? Because there will be Khilafah. And then he explained, we cannot have Khilafah and the prophet at the same time. And when this was happening, because the mic in the studio where Tahir, Ibrahim Ikhlaf and Rahil are sitting, the mic was open. And I want Ahmad Bhai to please maybe rewind a little bit so people can see that as soon as Abu Dhaka went on this track, that there can be no
and
prophet.
also prophesied, and
Yes, please. Yes.
prophesied Masih Maud alayhi salatu wassalam, and also prophesied the coming of the second Khilafah, which means, let's say, theoretically, the prophets actually cannot, or the prophethood must be continued, but practically actually cannot be continued because there is another thing, another prophecy which is linked to this, which means the continuity of Khilafah. The Khilafah.
So what I'm saying is, watch at the face of Tahir. Tahir is looking at Ibrahim Ikhlaf, and there is a lot of panic going on, because in Urdu they say, Bhari bazm mein raaz ki baat keh di. Bhari bazm mein raaz ki baat keh di. That I have revealed the secret in the open gathering. Okay. Now let's inshallah watch again.
You can see had established there will be no prophet with the Khalifa, and we have a prophecy of the Holy Prophet.
Yes, we understand fully, but the issue I think is that these, in a way, the Sahaba who were unsure as to how the prophecy of Isa alayhi salam was going to be fulfilled in Mirza Ghulam Ahmad alayhi salam,
wait. Just look at the face of Tahir. Just look at his face. He is super angry at, obviously, living in a sitting in a live stream. He cannot punch at the face of Abu Dhaka, okay? But you can look at his face. Just look at his face, okay? He is very angry. He is trying to control the damage by saying that, as you know, we don't know, this and that. But Abu Dhaka has said something in principle, which is the official position of the Jamaat. And what is that? You cannot have Khalifa and a prophet. And Khilafah, according to them, is going to be forever. Okay, now watch.
They themselves knew that Isa alayhi salam was dead. They did not have full understanding of how Isa alayhi salam is also a future Masih. We should also recognize that these are matters for the future. These are not matters for our present. Hazrat Mirza Ghulam Ahmad alayhi salam has made the mention of a Nazir, of a warner who is to come in the future. His role, his status, his relationship.
Why I'm saying this? Because this is very well elaborated, and even
wait here. Ahmad Bhai, please, my request is for the next few bit, just keep looking at me. Then when I say stop, please stop that one. Because right now, we have entered into the actual, the actual meat, Basically, my dear viewers, even though Tahir tried to control the damage, but you can see, as soon as Tahir finished, Abu Dhaka was so convinced. Now he's gonna refute Tahir. Okay, please watch now.
Let's say you can say I have it authenticated. So because of that,
that's absolutely fine. But this is not the place to discuss these matters.
Okay, not the place, but because some people might think.
Wait. Abu Dhaka is saying that it has been elaborated in the books of Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani, number one. And number two, Abu Dhaka is saying that what he is going to say has been authenticated. And when Abu Dhaka is speaking, look at the face of Tahir. He's looking at Ibrahim Ikhlaf and Rahil Ahmad. And after this, keep watching. There's going to be hands under the table. Hands under the table. Allahu Akbar. Allah, my goodness. Oh, Ahmadis, wake up. Wake up. And Ahmad, and look at this one. Tahir is saying, this is not the platform to discuss. Why? Why not? It is a discussion about your belief system. Why do you want to discuss in the closed doors? Why behind the closed doors? Why not in the public? And don't miss the face of Razi. Ah, my goodness. Look at his face. Look at his face. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Subhanallah. Ahmadis, may Allah give you hidayah. I want people to keep watching on the table. And now the hands are going to be shaking and going back and forth underneath the table on to basically to stop the conversation. And eventually they did stop the conversation and they immediately disappeared from at this point. Yes, Bhai, please go on.
We open the prophethood, which means at any point of time, anybody can come and say, "I'm a prophet of God."
No,
Actually,
no. This is absolutely clear. We have already said that it is, as the Ahmadi understanding is, that whenever there is a need for prophethood, it is up to Allah to send and establish prophethood as He
theoretically, exactly.
And it is up to that individual to draw that, bring his proof from the Quran. It is up to him to bring his proof from the Quran and from the Hadith. I think we were not going to make the same mistake that was made by some of the Muslims before us. That they primarily closed the door of prophethood.
Okay. Basically, again, when Tahir tried to control the damage, Abu Daqqa again said the same thing. He said that theoretically, and don't forget, Abu Daqqa is saying that theoretically it can happen, but practically there will be no profit. There will be no profit. This is the point when Tahir was trying to control the damage. Abu Daqqa again made the same point. And secondly, don't forget, Tahir does not even know that what words to use. Because he knows that whatever he's gonna say, it will be problematic. Okay? So please, the body language is very important. Don't forget, most of our conversation, our message is conveyed through body language. I want you to please don't miss the body language of these guys. Yes, Ahmed Bhai.
In all forms, for all future time.
We have to discuss that before.
Let us. I think.
So, फिर उसके बाद चरागों में रोशनी ना रही. And after that, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Subhanallah. I don't know, people, look at this one. Why Tahir was saying that this is not the platform to discuss this? Why? This is part of your belief. Either you say a prophet can come or you say a prophet cannot come. In either case, it has to be a public knowledge. It has to be discussed public, because this was the question. Basically, all of this discussion happened. A sister came and she asked a beautiful question. I have not seen anybody asking the question in these words. She said that if something has a beginning, in this case, the prophethood. So everything that has a beginning, it has an end. So in the case of prophethood, if we all agree there's a beginning, why not there's an end? So this was the question. And it's a very good question. And in response to that question, all of this trouble was happening. And now I can see, I believe that our beloved Izhar Bhai is with us. Izhar Bhai, are you with us, inshallah?
Assalamu alaikum. Can you hear me?
Yes, Izhar Bhai, we can hear you.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you very much for letting me in. I'm sorry I was busy. Please pray for my son who's going, inshallah, for Umrah tomorrow. And for that Allah accepts it.
Ameen. Izhar Bhai, inshallah, before we discuss something else, if you were watching the previous 10-15 minutes, what was going on in this thing?
Well, it's about regarding the Khatme Nabu'at.
Regarding the discussion between these four people.
Yeah, I think it's a confused, I use the term a a collection of confused mass of protoplasm. That's the best way to describe it, because they are so contradictory. I was speaking to a brother today, mashallah, he's a Hafiz from England, and he was asking me about Qadianiyat and what made you leave and the whole, so I recited the whole story of my background. And the main problem that exists within the Ahmadiyya religious doctrine is the multitude of contradictions. And I explained to him how I was indoctrinated to believe that further prophets are likely to come to justify Mirza Ghulam Ahmad's claim, and I would say more strongly his son Mirza Bashiruddin Mahmud Ahmad's claim that misguided ulama from belief. He says that Allah has never put me on any error.
Yeah. And you know, Izhar Bhai, you might have seen Khalifa Masroor recently or even in the past as well. And Tahir was saying in the video as well, ek Nazir aa sakta hai. And Mirza Masroor said, ek Jalali Nabi aa sakta hai. You know, Jalali Nabi, jab tum bigad jaoge. I just want to show people, they are actually playing a technique here. Let me just show something on the screen, by the way. Ahmed Bhai, if you can just make it bigger. Okay, can we see it now on the screen, Ahmed Bhai?
Yes, inshallah, it's big.
Yes, yes.
Okay, now look at this one. You know, Izhar Bhai, I want people to understand this deception of Jalali Nabi aa sakta hai. In the early times, please everyone, please pay attention. In the early times, Mirza Ghulam Qadiani used to say something like this. For example, look at this one. Ruhani Khazain, volume 3, page 251. Look at the last thing. इस आजिज की तरफ से ये दावा नहीं कि मसीहत का मेरे वजूद पे खात्मा है और आइंदा कोई मसीह नहीं आएगा. It says that likewise this humble one, i.e. Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani, has not claimed that I am the last Messiah and that no Messiah will come after me. Rather, I acknowledge and profess repeatedly, not just one, but 10,000 Messiahs may come after me. And it is quite possible that one such Messiah may come with apparent grandeur and majesty, and he may first appear in Damascus. Now, these are the kind of quotes which they will be using to justify that Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani did say that somebody can come after me as a Jalali. But please, please, please listen very carefully. This was the early part of his life. In the end, in the later part, he said the following. Look at this one. This is volume number 20, page number 215.